What's up, lovers? What's up, friends? It is me, Shank, here with an intro to the intro I originally recorded. That's right. It's a double intro week. Why? Because our world is swiftly changing. We go from having to stockpile toilet paper to protesting in the streets. Every day's been a little bit of a new adventure. Every day's been a little bit of a new fucking wild ride. So I didn't feel like it was appropriate to disregard what was going on with the Black rights movement that's been happening. It just didn't feel right to put out a podcast episode and detract from all of the voices that need to be amplified right now. As a white woman in the cannabis space, I am well aware that I have many privileges that people of color and people in the Black communities don't have, especially when it comes to cannabis. There are a ton of people still locked up for cannabis crimes, even though cannabis is now deemed an essential business during a pandemic. So these are things that have really got me thinking, and I want to become an ally. I want to do the best that I can to, bring diverse voices to the show. And I think it's really important to talk about the cannabis space specifically, since it's an area that I often focus on. So I have put a list of BLM resources on a highlight tab on my Instagram, and I will be providing you guys with BLM resources for now until justice is served. I think that a lot of different things have been brought to light recently. And I just wanted to come on and address all of that and show my support to the movement and explain why there was no podcast last week. There will be 2 episodes this week. Also, I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you leaving your reviews and continuing to support the show and show your love. And if you're out there protesting, thank you so much. If you can't protest, but you're able to donate to BLM, please continue to do that. I think that there are some major changes that need to happen in society, and we're starting to all see that now. And my main goal is to provide comedy content, but when things get to a certain point, to not say anything, to not address it seems wrong, especially as a white woman who has benefited from being in cannabis and as a woman who is doing the best she can to be an ally. Okay, guys, that being said, we have a banger of an episode for you this week with Ali Macofsky. You're going to fucking love it. Here's the intro to this week's episode. All right, bye guys. Thanks so much. Look out for another episode coming this week too, either Thursday or Friday. It's going to be a 2-week episode to make up for last week. Okay, guys, here's this week's episode with Ali Macofsky. I hope you enjoy it. I hope your day is full of turkey legs and floral wreaths and dragons and wenches. And I don't know what else really exists at a Ren Faire. It was a Ren Faire theme. I got excited. I thought maybe there was going to be more things that came to mind. But all I have is turkey leg, floral head wreath. Anyways, the Ren Faire is canceled this year. Bad news. Sorry to open with that. But guys, this intro is weird as fuck. What are we going to do about it? We're in a pandemic. Sometimes the intros are amazing. Other times I scrape the bottom of the barrel. Today, I scraped the bottom of the barrel. And you know what was in the barrel? Butter that was churned, because I think they did that. I think they do that at Renaissance fairs. I don't know if they churn butter, but if they don't, they fucking should. Guys, we have an amazing episode for you this week with Ali Macofsky. But before we get into this week's episode, I just want to tell you about something that excites me, and that's Libra. For those of you who don't know, Libra is an amazing dispensary based in Palm Desert. That's where their flagship store is. When you walk into this dispensary, you're having a full experience. It's not just your everyday, normal dispensary. These people that work there, they're budaristas. They're not just bud tenders. They know what's up. They're incredibly knowledgeable on the products that they're selling, and they have so many amazing CBD and THC products. I can't recommend them enough. Follow them on Instagram at Libra Shops or head to their website, librashop.com. They also offer delivery if you're afraid of that COVID-19, that corona. Just get yourself some weed delivered. Head to librashop.com, place your order, get your weed. You're welcome. All right, guys. Anyone who knows me knows that I love an accessory. I love something that's exciting. I love something that says I'm a fun time without being too loud. And that's the reason why I love Oh Yeah Socks. Oh Yeah Socks is this amazing sock company, and they make fun novelty socks. They collaborate with amazing graphic designers from everywhere. And if you head to their website, oh yeah, that's 3 O's, HYEAH.com. You can see all the different socks they have. They have aliens, they have mushrooms, they have different state socks, Vegas socks, Florida socks, California socks, Mr. Rogers socks, Bob Ross socks, you name it, they have it. And it's a fun way to be fashionable without being too loud. That's right. And if you head to their website, ohyeah.com, enter discount code Sarah10, you get 10% off. And what better gift for the grad or dad in your life than a pair of printed novelty socks that say, "Bitch, I'm a good time." All right, guys, that's it. Please enjoy this week's episode with Ali Macofsky, and special thanks to Betterbox and Speedweed. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is Ali Macofsky.
Woo!
Yes, aka the original Corona Cowboy.
Yeah, I've been calling myself the COVID Cowboy.
So what does that mean?
Well, I went to visit my sister who lives in Arizona.
Okay, so what's the Arizona vibe right now?
Arizona vibe is like, who's Corona? Arizona vibe is like, we've never heard of a pandemic.
Really?
What pandemic? Yeah.
Really?
Kind of, yeah.
So are people just like out?
Oh my God, yeah. They're out and about, living their lives, getting their hair done, nails done.
Really?
Restaurants, all of it, yeah.
Fuck, I want to drive to Arizona now.
It's really nice.
I feel inspired.
Yeah. So I was in lockdown with my mom for like 2 months, and I was like very serious about it. I was like, "Mom, don't even look at me. It can be transferred through too much eye contact."
Right.
You know, like I got out of Hollywood, went to my mom's. My friend was freaking me out. He's like, "Your house is going to get looted. Like, take whatever you need, leave the rest.
No.
Like, be okay if you come back and it's all gone." So I was like throwing shit out, like creating memory boxes, like packing it all up, went to my mom's house. And then after 2 months of being with my mom, I was like, you know what? I think it's time to go to a different state.
You're like, I have Corona is fine.
Yeah. I'll find a way to power through. So I went to visit my sister who lives in Arizona, and like the second day that I got there, we were watching the news, and they're like, "Okay, so everything's gonna open up tomorrow."
No.
Yeah, and so then her fiance was like, made reservations at restaurants.
No.
Yeah. So like I went to
a restaurant.
I went to a restaurant. Everyone working there was wearing a mask. Everyone was like seated, kind of like scattered.
Was it weird?
It was weird seeing everyone wearing masks
at dinner,
like working there.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because everyone was like dressed up, like so. Like, everyone was, like, dressed for the club, you know?
No.
Yes.
But it was just dinner.
Just dinner. I mean, it was, like, a nice steakhouse, but everyone was, like, dressed to, like, the nines.
It's so weird getting dressed now to, like, leave the house. I don't even remember how to, like, it's fucked up.
I know, I was putting makeup on for this, and I'm just, like, like, what do I don't even know what I look like. I've, like, lost a sense of who I am.
I know, and how to, like, relate to people.
Don't fucking pan in on my ugly ass fucking face, you asshole. Oh, you think that's funny?
I have bad news.
I've gained like 7 pounds. I have a fupa, okay? I'm wearing a skirt because it's the only thing I fit in.
That's why I love a skirt. It's forgiving.
A skirt is forgiving, especially this loose skirt, and it's buttoned all the way down. So like, if I'm feeling wild, I'll unbutton a couple of them. But yeah, I've gone full fupa during lockdown.
Skirt and dress. A dress is great too, because you can just let it all go.
Yeah, I'm not super into dresses. Even a skirt is kind of like a interesting move for me, I feel like.
You're a pants girl.
I'm a pants girl, and I wear like these big baggy like carpenter jeans. Even those are like getting tight. And my mom was like, your pants are fitting different. And I was like,
didn't.
Don't fucking say that.
So what was it like being quarantined with your mom for 2 months?
Like, was
anything fun or weird happen?
Well, it's like weird because the house that my mom lives in currently isn't like a childhood home or anything. She's only been living there for like 3 months, and it's in the South Bay. And so like, I don't know, there's like no part of me that like connects to where she lives.
Okay.
So it just felt like me and my mom were on this like sexy little Airbnb like honeymoon getaway.
Okay.
But the type of honeymoon where like the husband throws the wife off the boat, you know,
right?
Something like that. Like, like tensions were high, but we still love each other.
Yeah. Well, tensions, like, because I'm quarantining with my parents, and let me tell you, every day is a fucking different adventure.
Oh, your parents are still together?
My parents are still together, and I'm quarantining with them.
That's psycho. Where do they live?
They live in the Valley.
Cute. I'm like obsessed with the Valley.
You are?
Fully obsessed. My dream is to live in Tarzana or Reseda.
Yes, you should.
I love Valley life. Like, I love the Valley because it's not super commercial. Like there's like weird little strip malls, and it's like a knitting store, and then it's like a porn store, like right next to each other. Like, I just love how weird it is.
It's super weird. And I mean, yeah, I love it, but I also grew up there, so I'm kind of biased. But yeah, my parents, it's just like a fucking free for all. Because when you're an adult and you're quarantining with them and you're like, am I going to kill you guys by accident? Yeah. That's always in the back of your mind.
Have you ever had the thought that one of your parents would kill you? I don't know if it's just the way that I was raised, but sometimes I get the feeling that my mom might like murder me in my sleep. And there's nothing, my mom's not a violent person. She's very sweet. Like, I don't know what happened in my childhood. I mean, I do know what happened, but none of it points to that being like a serious fear of mine. But there was one time we were watching, there's something on Netflix called like, I forget what it's called, but it's about this woman who was like super manipulative and like made these men kill people for her.
Okay.
Oh, I wish I knew what it was called.
Does anyone in the sound booth know what this could be? Anthony?
It was on Netflix. There's like this woman, I don't know, whatever. But I was watching that and I was like, oh my God, like my mom's like this. And obviously my mom's not exactly like that, but like I could like find things. My mom's sweet and she listens to everything I'm on. So I'm sorry, Mom. But there were just like certain similarities that I was like, and I genuinely had the fear that when I was spending the night that night,
she was going to kill you.
She was going to kill me.
No.
Because we were watching it together. I like texted friends being like, I know this sounds crazy. Like, I don't know why. Like, it's so bizarre.
No.
Yes.
Well, so how did you pick between quarantining at your mom's or your dad's?
Okay, so my father, Larry, does have a roommate named John.
Okay, so...
And John is an interesting man. He's the type of dude who, like, loves Disneyland but has no kids. And you're thinking that's a child molester. Not John. John's a cool dude. He, like, loves collecting pins. And, like,
Disney pins?
Yeah, and getting, like, day drunk at California Adventure.
I want to meet him more than anything.
Oh my God,
he's single.
He could have his own Netflix show for sure.
Really?
I want there to be a reality show about my dad's backyard.
What's going on with his backyard?
It's the man cave. It's like all of these weird characters that you would never picture being friends with each other.
Wait.
It's like there's this petite little like Hispanic lady named Jessica with bright red hair.
No.
And it's like, why is my dad hanging out with this small, like, young... Well, like, it's very bizarre, their relationship. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but something disgusting is happening when I'm not around.
No.
Yeah, so many weird innuendos.
Like Vanessa with the red hair. But
Jessica. Yeah. And then John, who looks like... He has like that big beard. He looks like he's in the, what are the swamp people on Netflix? The like Duck Dynasty. There it is.
Okay.
So John looks like he's in Duck Dynasty. And my dad's just like a fat, overweight Jew.
Okay.
Jessica's like this small little Hispanic woman.
Okay.
And then they have Kong, who's like their like token Asian friend.
His name's Kong.
Kong.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think like Kong has a girlfriend that he brings over sometimes. And they all just hang out in the backyard. My dad is obsessed with like Western movies, like old Westerns on TV.
No.
He makes the most inappropriate jokes. John makes like the weirdest, not inappropriate, but like just off jokes.
My dad makes off jokes too.
Oh my God. How old's your dad?
My dad is, he's 69.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Yeah, he's 69 and he makes inappropriate jokes. He was slut shaming Luann from the New York Housewives.
Wow.
And then my sister was like, Dad, you're slut shaming. You shouldn't be slut shaming. And my dad's like, what's slut shaming? It turned like this whole fucking thing.
Boy.
And then he called Lizzo fat. And then my sister was like, you can't fat shame Lizzo, Dad.
Okay, but
And
that's
it's
not
like,
shaming.
But it's also
If
like,
you say like she's disgusting because of her size, and that's fat shaming. But if you're calling someone who is overweight fat, is that wrong?
no. And I'm also just like, can you stop pointing out everything that he does wrong? Because there's no way to fix it at this
I know.
point. It's like, he's going to call Luann from the Housewives a slut. Just let him do it. Who
See,
cares?
my dad's the opposite. Like, if my dad was watching The Real Housewives, he'd be like, this is trash. But I don't think my dad would ever slut shame because my dad's like pro slut. Like, my dad is a freak for a slut. One time we were driving around Hollywood and we were at a stop sign and there was a woman like in workout gear walking across the street and my dad like broke his neck following her crossing the street. And then after, once she got onto the sidewalk, he was like, whoa, like made some like weird, nasty face. And I was like, Dad, don't do that. He was like, what? And I was like, because when I walk across the street like that, guys do that to me. And what do you like, doesn't that bother you that guys are doing that to me? And he's like, well, it's just a natural thing. And I'm like, no, it's just, he like got pissed. Like he wouldn't talk to me.
No, it's
because I called him out.
It's true. Dads don't like being called out on their ignorance.
No. Oh God, dads are so gross. Like it's gross when you know that
like
your dad's
Jewy
horny.
dad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and here's the thing with comedy. Like we know so many old horny dudes,
men.
and you're just like, whatever. But then when it's your own father,
you're like, you're just like them.
Yeah, and I'm like, keep that. I shouldn't know that you're like. I shouldn't know that you have sex. Like I should like still wonder how I'm alive.
I know.
Ugh.
It's also just like, ugh.
Yeah.
The parents having sex.
How old is what's the age difference between you and your sister?
3 years.
Oh, so are you guys close?
Not really. No. She's like, she's an advocate for a lot of different causes. You know what I mean? She has strong opinions on things.
Oh.
A lot of times.
So she's like not
she's politically
open-minded.
correct.
Yeah. Oh, got it.
She's open-minded, but to almost to like a...
Only to her.
She likes, yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like there's a difference now. It's like a lot of people say that they're open-minded, but as soon as you say something that conflicts with what they think is morally right to society, then it's
right.
wrong.
Like she takes on a lot of society's causes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's cool.
I'm just in the backyard on my
Tanning.
trampoline. yeah. You know what I mean? Okay, the Renaissance Pleasure Fair was canceled this year.
What a shame. I've never been to a Ren Faire.
Either. I've never been to a Ren Fair. Is there a way to like check out the website or something, guys? There's no way to pull up
We're working on it.
Wow.
Oh, damn, I wanted to look at the Ren Fair website and there's
you guys
no
better
way.
start filling out unemployment because you're about to be fired.
No Ren Fair set up? What the hell?
I know, what the hell?
No, yeah, I've had like this weird want to go to the Renaissance Fair, but like I can't commit to buying the ticket. Like I want someone else to buy the ticket
and
for
be like,
me.
oh my God, random, I have this extra ticket to the Ren Fair, come with. I mean, anywhere that there's a giant turkey leg, I'm in.
Yes.
There's no other selling point for me. Like as soon as you say large mound of meat on a bone,
just for that.
Mama's in.
And then also like, but what else fucking happens there?
I feel like people get naughty and nasty
at the Ren Fair.
Yeah, people. If you go to the Ren Fair and you like, it's like cosplayers. That's like OG cosplay. Like before anime stuff, people were like Ren Fairing.
They're like, I need to find a wench.
Yes,
is that the terminology?
I think
so. Is wench a Ren Fair word?
Yeah, wench is like an
old school
woman. Right? I don't know. Is that are we slut shaming by
yes,
calling
wench.
someone a wench?
I don't think a wench is something that's bad. I
don't
think it's
know.
empowering.
Perhaps we should bring it back.
What a wench.
Yeah.
I'm going to look and see like the type of activities they typically have at the Ren Fair, because on the way here there was a billboard and it said Ren Fair 2020, we're social distancing, see you in 2021.
Whoa.
And I was like, I don't think I probably would have made it this year, but like now that I know it's not an option.
Yeah. I'm kind of bummed about Coachella, TBH.
Oh, Coachella. That's not going to happen, right?
I don't think so. They said it was rescheduled for October. I feel like it's not going to happen, or they're going to have to like super like spread out the weekends, like make more. I don't think it's going to happen. There's no way.
Who did you want to see at Coachella?
I don't even know who was performing.
Really?
I'm one of those people who like just wants to go to just like vibe
along for the ride. Did you buy tickets?
No, there's been years where I've bought tickets, and like the first year I went, I bought tickets and I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. I was like a freshman in college. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yes.
And then the second year, I think I also paid to go, and I was like, okay, this wasn't as fun as the first year. And then I think I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna ever go again unless someone can get me. Unless I can like get the hookup.
Pass.
Yeah. And so then like that year, somehow like a friend that I had made that past year was like, hey, I have an extra like guest pass. Do you want to come? And I was like, oh my God, yes. So I went, and then I was like, okay, now I can only go if it's an artist pass.
Because if you have an artist pass, it's a completely different experience. And if you have like a GA thing.
Once you like get spoiled, you're like, I'm not
back.
going back. No.
I can't go back with the peasants in 110-degree weather. There's like 15-year-olds on ecstasy sucking on pacifiers in the dance tent.
It's so fun though. Like I just like love, and I it's funny because I always shit on these type of people, and then I end up being that person. Like at the beginning of the year, pre-corona, I got booked to do a rave cruise.
Okay, what was that like?
So first of all, I'm like, who the fuck goes on a rave cruise?
Who does?
Second of all, who the fuck goes to a comedy show on a rave cruise? You know?
That's a good question, yeah.
And I was like, this is gonna be the worst. Like, I'm not super into, like, I went to high school with a bunch of people who were super into raves, and like those people always like bothered me.
Rave people are terrifying.
So scary. And I think I'm just jealous of their like creativity, because they put outfits together, they know how to sew and bedazzle, and I'm a little bit envious of that.
They have like faux furs.
Yes, and they like know how to do cool makeup and hair.
Yes, like what's that fucking show? Euphoria makeup, just like casual on a Saturday, do like a warehouse. Yeah.
So I think I was just like always envious of those people in a way, but like I don't know. And then I also went to high school with so many like aspiring EDM DJs who just did like ketamine and blow.
Yeah.
And so I was always like anti-rave people, and I was like, you know what, I need money. I want to go. This is like a fun vacation, like a work vacation. Like this will be an interesting story to tell. I brought a friend who was like the perfect friend to go with, whether it's good or bad. And we went, and we get to like the port in Florida where everyone's like waiting to get on the boat. And there's like, it's 11 a.m. People are in like blue wigs, booty shorts, like fishnets, and like chugging Captain Morgan. And I'm like, I can't do it. Like this is, I'm so scared. And it ended up being like, as soon as I got on the ship, it ended up being like the most fun I've ever had in my whole life.
How long were you there for?
Could have been a year. I have no idea. It's a blur. I think it was like 6 days, 5 nights.
And you loved it?
Loved it. It was like a 24-hour party. The DJs ended up being like super cool. Like I realized that I'm actually very into not necessarily like rave, like but like more of the like housey, I don't know, funky vibe music. And then the shows ended up being like so good, and everyone was like, because everyone's on drugs, and even like I don't know, I was sober the whole time, and it was like just so fun, you know.
Everyone was on drugs. Like, I love your comedy.
Everyone is so supportive. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I mean,
was so cool.
That's the thing about like festival people is that they always want to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the slippery slope because then you could get sucked into festival life. And I know there's people who like went to lightning in a bottle online.
Yeah.
You did that digitally? Like, that's fucking crazy.
I know. There's so many, like, online raves. I don't know. I think it would be... what I enjoy most about it is that atmosphere. I think that's why I like Coachella. I think the past few years I didn't like it because it was a lot of, like, young kids who, like, aren't trying to be nice and, like, be all plur about stuff.
Yeah.
They're just like, I need a picture of me and a watermelon. Get the fuck out of my shot. You're ruining the lighting.
Yeah. No, I mean... But that's part of why I like comedy too. It's kind of like the same reason. It's like the hangs.
Yeah.
Like the culture is like fun. Like people don't subscribe to regular lifestyles.
Yeah.
Which is like, because if you're going on like an EDM fucking cruise.
Yeah, you're saving up money all year because cruises are expensive. Not anymore. I think they're like giving away free cruises at this point.
Now it's like, yeah. I wouldn't want to go on a cruise, would you?
I would only want to if they're doing the Friendship 2021. I'm for sure going.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't pay for it.
Did you wait? So was it weird doing stand up there?
Surprisingly, no. Like it wasn't a traditional setup. Because there was no host, you know, so it was just like they were like, do you want me to bring you up from backstage, like using the god mic, like do you just want to walk on stage, do you want your name in the background, like what lighting? This was all like 2 minutes before I was supposed to go on, so I was just like, yeah, you can introduce me, like get them excited, play some music, do the lights, I'll come on. And so it ended up being good, but they wanted me to do an hour of material, and there was also Sean Patton who was on the cruise with me.
Okay.
And he was supposed to do an hour. And then the cruise line, Carnival, or no, it wasn't Carnival. It was like, or maybe, no. I forget which cruise line it was. They have their comic that they booked who was doing like 30 minutes.
Okay.
And so me and Sean were like, this is way too long of a show. Like no one wants to see an hour. So I think we both ended up doing like 35 to 40. And the first show was really good. They had it in like the big theater on the cruise ship. So it was like this nice, beautiful theater with the nice stage.
I like that.
And my name was like in this big, like behind me on the, projected on the wall. And it was so nice. And I like ended up twerking because I did a twerk shop earlier in the day. And then
a twerk shop?
Yeah, they had a twerk shop on the cruise.
What other types of activities did they have?
There was like some sort of like Twister that probably had like something inappropriate involved.
Okay.
There was a talent show. There was speed dating.
Speed dating?
Yeah. There was so much. It was truly the best. Like just nonstop.
It sounds like
fun.
summer camp.
Yeah, it's like an adult summer camp.
Have you been going on stage at all? Have you been doing Zoom shows?
I've been doing some Zoomy shows and I'm so sick of it.
I've done one Zoom show.
Yeah.
It was not for me.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. I think maybe it's because of my age. Like, I'm used to just, like, talking to strangers online. Like, ever since I was little, I would talk to strangers online. Like, I don't know. I think, like, as soon as the lockdown happened and I, like, got booked for my first Zoom show, I was like, don't expect to do any material. Just talk to these people. Like, this is a weird situation. Don't expect to do comedy. And it went really well. And then I was, like, doing a bunch of them. And I was just, like, getting so burnt out. And it felt so... I don't know, it just like felt really depressing almost to do it, that I was like, I just stopped doing them kind of.
Yeah, well, because it felt like it was like, okay, here's your favorite drug, stand up. But now here's a watered down version of your favorite drug. It's like, and you're like, that kind of felt good because I connected with people, but also felt super sad.
Yeah, it's like doing coke cut with vitamin C.
Yeah.
You're like, I feel kind of good, but like...
Exactly.
The drip just isn't the same.
Exactly. The drip just is not the same.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it blows ass. I hate it. And then I did, so when I was visiting my sister in Arizona, it had all reopened. And I was talking to my friend who is from Arizona. And he was like, oh, our buddy is headlining a weekend in Arizona. Because it's like the first weekend that they're back. And so I hit up our buddy. I was like, I'm gonna come by and like watch you, like I want to see what it's like. And he was like, come do a guest spot. And I couldn't that night, but I was like, okay, maybe on Sunday, because I'll be around on Sunday.
Were you like so excited?
Yes. And I like watched him, and there were 40 people in the audience. It was 25% capacity, and it was considered sold out. And everyone was scattered at different tables, so it wasn't like the same energy of people being close and tight and uncomfortable, and you can't tell who's laughing at what and when, you know? And so it just like the energy was like so off and weird, and he did really well. Like, it was really fun to watch him. And then on Sunday, which is always like typically the worst show, Sunday, there were I think like 30 people there that night, and everyone was scattered, and I went up and I was so nervous. Like, I haven't been that nervous to do comedy in forever.
I can't even imagine.
I was so scared. I'm like, do I talk about Corona and quarantine? Like, do I just try and like go into jokes? And it just like felt so depressing. It like made me really sad.
No.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be the opposite.
I was hoping too. I was like, oh my God, it's going to feel so good to like perform again. And it was like I think I just have to like adjust my mindset in the same way that I had to adjust to like the Zoom shows, and just be like just I have to approach it differently. Like, I can't approach it in the way of like just doing typical jokes. Like, I think there has to be some sort of like connecting with just the audience, since it is way more intimate in like a really fucked up way.
Yeah, I have no clue what it's going to be like. I can't even imagine what the first month back to stand-up is going to be like, because when you're doing it like however many times a week, like almost every night a week, for however many years, and then it just stripped away from you, and then you're like, wait, who am I? What's my identity?
Yes, it made me realize how much I place my like self-worth and my like happiness on the validation I get from comedy, and how unhealthy it is to like
it's fucked up.
Think that way.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
It was like, after there is no comedy, I'm still like, who am I now?
Yeah, I had to do like a week off of social media.
Yeah, because you're like, so much of our value is placed on what we do rather than like who we are. So it's like, I don't know. It's fucking crazy, especially because for me, like, because I'm 33, so a lot of people my age have like families and like kids and shit. And now, like, with quarantine, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have any kids.
Does it make you want to like settle down?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm ready. Let's fucking do it.
I mean, I've been feeling that way before the lockdown. Like,
really?
I'm trying to get pregnant.
Really?
Yeah. But like, not even get married. Like, I just want to like get randomly
You want to have
pregnant.
A baby?
I want it to be like an accident, and then like, you know, my mom will feel kind of bad for me, so she'll help raise it. I feel like if I wait for like another year, like if I'm 25 or 26, then it's like, you did this to yourself, you have to take care of it. But at 24, you can be like,
oops,
I need help.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
I'm just a baby too.
Oops.
Yeah.
If I got pregnant while I'm quarantining with my parents.
Oh my God, then that would mean your dad got you pregnant?
That's weird.
Yeah. We don't want to get pregnant when we're in lockdown with our parents.
No.
It's not a good time.
No.
Yeah.
But like, it is interesting because like, I never realized that most people my age, they're like in their lives like that. You know what I mean? Because my whole world is just comedy. So like, normally I'm just hanging out with the guys.
Yeah, the boys.
The boys.
Hanging out with the dirty ass boys.
The dirty boys talking about who knows what.
I know. I miss it, but I don't know. I'm worried it's going to just feel so different once it all comes back.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. If everything's at half capacity or 25% capacity, like, it's just not even, like, even the like, what's the Comedy Store going to be like? Like, if you're not performing, do you even get to hang out there? Because they have to make a certain number of people.
There's going to be hangs.
I know.
Right? I can't wait for those hangs.
I know.
Yeah, literally, like, doesn't that sound so fun? Like, go to the Comedy Store, do a spot. This is my ideal night. Okay. Yeah. Go to the Comedy Store, do a spot, and then just hang.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, my ideal night is like Ben and Jerry's in my bed, finishing it off, watching.
What flavor?
I'm pretty boring when it comes to ice cream.
Tell me more.
You know, I'm like a big vanilla girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Vanilla bean is bomb too. I like caramel. whatever.
Either.
Yeah. I like caramel cookie dough, but like that's really it. Like I don't fuck with like chunks in the ice cream. Like it gets like I don't want to put in work to eat my ice cream. I want it to be an easy process.
I like doing the work. Like the digging.
When they have the brown, I'm like chewing. I'm like I just want to like be fat quickly.
I just like I like a long excavation process.
Do you think that people think that we sound similar?
I think so. I don't know. When we
Boys,
talk,
fellas,
do we have similar voice?
I think yours is a little bit more girly. Like yours is a little bit more like upbeat, and mine's we have
Mine's like
we're getting wait. No, that we
Y'all
don't
sound different.
We sound different.
Yeah, very different.
Okay.
But I know what you mean. Like if I slow down
Yeah.
a little bit.
I sound like you on heroin. And
Yes.
you sound like me on speed.
Yes.
Yeah. You sound like a happy like
They're
we
agreeing.
could both play like like a Disney movie about the emotions. I would play like severe manic depression and you would play like
The excitement.
no, because your voice isn't excited. Like I don't think you sound excited. You just sound more like upbeat,
Chipper.
chipper.
Like
yeah.
I did a line of you on Coke.
Yeah, perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like that. They agree.
Okay.
We still can't Google, right?
Because I remember the reason I got onto Kil Tony was because I did an impression of you, and I would
Yes.
and I told Brian Redban, I was like brand new, I like signed up for Kil Tony a couple times, and then I was like, I can do an impression of Sarah.
And she was like young, like
Yeah.
18.
I was like, yeah, like.
or are
18.
you even 18 yet?
I was 18.
You
Yeah.
were like hanging outside the comedy store. I'm like, who's this girl who's doing an impression of me?
And then Brian would like tell Tony, because I didn't really talk to Tony at all.
Were you scared of Tony?
Yeah, and he was like Tony is like a very nice guy, but he like puts off this like I don't fucking look at me attitude. Like a lot of people think that he's like very mean. And
he has like an unapproachable energy, which I kind of respect because
it is hard, especially at the comedy store. There's so many people who like you'll introduce yourself to them once and then they think that they're your best friend, and it's like
so much.
It's too much. I'm not good at like holding conversations with people I don't know that well. Like it's really difficult for me.
And
Sometimes.
it does seem like sometimes at the comedy store it's like you may have met this person one time like on Kil Tony and they know you but you don't know them, but then you feel bad and you're like, I can't take that on.
There's an yeah, totally.
like I don't know. I'm sorry.
Brian was like the introduction where he'd be like, Tony, you have to hear this girl. She does a Weinshenk impression. And it was just pretty much me like just playing a little bit more into my like voice, but like with the vocal fry. And I haven't even done it in a long time, so I don't even know if I'd be able to, but I'd just be like, wait, will you just say something? Just like talk a little bit.
You want me to just talk a little bit? Now I'm like talking all weird because I'm in my head. Well, no, you would do like.
Now I'm like talking all weird and like. No, that was so bad.
That was pretty close. And
I would just like try
and do like my bits.
I would try and come up with my own Weinshenk bits because you would have like these premises that I could like make. Like I would say this one. I remember this. I would go, why are spaceships called ships? Ships are in the water.
That's really good. That one is really good.
I'd be like, why are grapes called grapes? They should just be called wet raisins.
I had like this whole bit when I first started comedy on raisins, and I believed in it so much. You know those bits and you're like, I fucking believe so much in this bit, but for some reason whenever I say it fucking out loud, nobody believes in the bit in the same way that I believe in the bit, but I still believe in the bit. That's how I feel about it.
I think that's great though,
when you really believe in a bit,
because I rarely ever believe in bits, and I wish that I had more like, oh, I love this. Like I feel like sometimes I can be so like impassionate, not passionate, dispassionate. You know what I mean?
Dispassionate is right.
You know the fucking vibes. How can I trust you? Did you even go to college?
I did. I graduated.
Oh my God,
with a bachelor's
congrats.
degree.
Wow, okay. Dispassionate. Is that real?
Yeah.
Not impassionate?
Impassionate? I don't know,
lacking
but dispassionate.
passion.
Dispassion. Okay, anyway, yeah, I feel like I can be so not passionate about certain jokes, or like I'll be writing it and I'm just like, there's no way this is gonna work, or like someone else has already done this. Like there's no way that I'm thinking of this on my own.
But no, this is what's frustrating when you have like an idea that's so funny to you in your head, but then you can't figure out how to translate it. Or sometimes you say it in the right way, and then other times you don't say it in the right way.
It's the worst when it works the very first time you say it and then it never works again.
There's nothing worse.
It's an awful feeling.
What about writing? Have you been writing?
No, I haven't done fucking anything. I've just been gaining weight, dyeing my hair off colors.
But wait, okay, so it had pink in it.
It had pink. So right before the lockdown, it was like vibrant. Like I didn't even realize how pink it was until I'm looking back at pictures and I'm like, holy shit, it is so pink. And so then it was like fading, and then my dark ass roots were coming in, you know, like this is how long it's been since I've been to the hair salon.
Okay.
And then I was like, I wanted to do, because my roots are like black, like they're dark, like I have very dark natural hair. So I was like, okay, I'll take the pink out of my hair and then throw like a super bright neon green, like a reverse Billie Eilish hairstyle.
I like it.
So dark roots, bright green ends. And then I was lightening my hair and taking the pink out, and it ended up lightening my roots. So now my roots are like this weird, like gingery blonde color.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. This already looks awful. I might as well bleach my eyebrows with the leftover stuff I have. And so I put all this bleach on my eyebrows. My eyebrows are like starting to fall off. So I wipe it off, and now I just have like ginger eyebrows.
I like the eyebrows.
I don't know. I'm so over it. Like I want to shave my head again, but I'm not going to.
I mean, you start to realize like how much importance we place on like our physical identity too. Because you're like, I mean, this is the longest my fucking hair's been in forever. It's
really?
like so dry. I'm like, being a human's fucking disgusting.
I know.
Like having to, even like painting your own nails, I've been doing that. I'm like, I can't believe there's a poor woman who's been having to do this.
I know.
Like my feet and shit. I'm like, I'm disgusted.
I tried to clip my toenails. I'm like, oh, this is so easy. You just clip your toe. I didn't realize how badly I could fuck up cutting my toenails.
No, like you start to have respect for all these different fucking jobs. You're like, okay, there's someone who has to actually clean the dirt out from under my nail.
Yeah.
Thank God, because when I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm a disgusting pig.
Yeah, when I was in Arizona visiting my sister, I went to the nail salon because they opened, so I got my nails done.
So jealous of it.
And they didn't even do a good job. I'm like, did you guys forget how to do nails over the past 2 months? Like, this is my big outing. I'm risking the Rona for this, and I still have hangnails.
No.
Yeah, and I just took them off. I took off the gels today because they were looking so bad.
So, like, what led you to doing the bleach yourself? Were you just like
boredom, kind of?
Did you have the bleach at home?
I bought it online.
How'd you know what to get?
So I hit up the people who do my hair, and I was like, what should I get? I want to take the pink out. And so I was recommend this like color remover that's not bleach. It's just like a color strip.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so I got that. I put it all over my head. I kind of knew I wasn't supposed to put it on my roots, but I'm not a professional. I don't have time to like avoid my roots. So I just put it all over. And then, yeah, just took out all of the color of and now I can like see the roots of my eyebrows growing in. So like if you look closely, you can see like the dark. Yeah, it's fucked up. I look fucked up.
No, you don't.
I'm supposed to be a sex symbol for comedy.
Those days are over.
I know.
It's just like, fuck it.
I know.
Nothing's more humbling than waxing your own mustache at home.
Yeah, I haven't had to do that yet.
I have. It's been great.
But this has made me realize how important I need to put getting laser hair removal on my list of things to do after this.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare down there. Because I get waxed normally.
It's fucked up.
I love getting waxed. I like the pain. I like.
When is that going to be back?
Who knows? I mean, I'm sure I could get it done. I mean, I'm going to start going to Arizona like every other weekend.
Are you?
I'm going back soon, actually.
You are?
Yeah. I think next month.
You can go out to dinner and get your nails done?
Yeah. Well, my sister's going to be out of town, so I can technically just stay at her place for the summer.
Where's she going?
She's going to Aspen.
That sounds fancy.
I know. She's such a loser.
That Aspen life?
Yeah, she's like, now I spend summers in Aspen. I'm like, it's so cool that you're just like proud of being white.
Summers in Aspen is the whitest thing I've heard in a while. But, okay, so I have a gift for you.
I fucking love
So you
gifts.
you can pick 2 pairs of socks from this bag.
I fucking love socks.
It's from Oh Yeah Socks.
What a cute wrapping. Okay.
Yes, pick 2.
Okay. Who's going to get the other ones that I don't pick?
Maybe the next guest.
Who's potentially the next guest?
Gabby Lamb.
Okay, so I'll keep in mind what Gabby might fuck with. Because, I feel like she would fuck with this, like...
Elote.
Yeah. Because Gabby loves, like, Hispanic culture. She definitely doesn't fuck with Mr. Rogers, I don't think.
No.
Oh, this is very San Diego. Oh, she's going to want the alien. You know what? Gabby's going to want...
The aliens or the rainbows. I knew one of you guys were... Those are the 2 that I picked out today.
Okay, Gabby's going to want these 2 for sure. And I am going to say California and the rainbow. These are both like...
Yes.
This is very like me. This is like my vibe when I was really into Jewish summer camp.
Yeah.
I was very into like rainbows and like the 70s font.
Yes.
All that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm a freak for socks.
You're a freak for socks. So they're a sponsor. Oh yeah, Socks. Check them out. Discount code Sara10. Sara 10. You're
Why
welcome.
is it always 10? Is that because that's
the
what
percentage off?
Because
Yeah.
it's always like something 10.
Yes.
I'm gonna start a fake sponsorship and just it's gonna be Ali 100.
I like
100.
it.
YG 100.
100.
Do you think YG's sponsor code would be YG 400?
I don't know.
I should. I feel like this is somehow becoming racist without me realizing it.
Well, I tried to say 100,
But
and then I tried to say it,
100,
and then I said it. I tried to like do an Ebonics 100, and it came out inappropriate. So now I'm like, should we just wrap it?
we need to
You
back
know what I mean?
edit this out, scrap it.
Scrap it. We don't need Shake saying.
I feel like if I
100 wrong.
accidentally show my crotch during the pod, like no one will remember what we said, and so it'll be a win.
Yeah. Well, people are on crotch watch
Crotch watch. I know
on this channel. You know, they're
Yeah.
like waiting for a little.
Oh my god, I was watching
clip slip.
I was watching one of my past. Sometimes when I'm bored during lockdown, I'll watch my own podcast because I find
Who doesn't?
it's entertaining. There's some moments where I'm like, damn, this is a good pod.
No, this bitch is talented.
Yeah, and there was like a moment where like my skirt was like I was wearing this exact skirt and it's just like all the way up, and my podcast producer didn't even say anything.
Yeah,
I'm
I've had
rewatching
many
it
of
just
those.
like my whole fucking ass is out, and he's just like, this was a great episode, people are gonna love it. I'm like, oh, I wonder why. Oh my god,
I have so many episodes like that. Sometimes people will be like, oh, she's not wearing a skirt today, I'm out. And then if I am wearing a skirt, it's always like a fine line. It's like my cellulite's out.
I know,
happening?
yes.
Then after a while, you just have to say, fuck it.
I know, I'm over it. I don't care.
I'm a human.
Mama's thick. I'm thick now.
Thick, baby.
Yeah.
Well, that's our episode. Thank you so much for coming on. Where can our listeners find you?
That's it.
Yeah, so fast.
Let's
so
go. One
fun.
more hour. Bonus episode. Bonus round.
Boo, boo, boo.
You guys can find me on my Instagram, which is at not Ali Mac, NOTALIMAC, and you can also find my podcast called Resting Bitch.
Resting Bitch, iTunes, all the places.
It's on everything. I'm thinking about taking it off of Spotify, so that way when I make it big, they'll pay me a bunch of money to move my podcast over there. But in the meantime, you can find it on every single platform available.
Yep, same with me.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.